Welcome back. Steve AZ 711 here. Well, the trailer is empty. And the trusses are up and the fascia board is on. Really wasn't too difficult putting these trusses up because they were so small. This wall is only like 12 feet across, so it was easy for one person to do this. Now the fascia board, a little different story. I put 12 footers, 2x6 by 12 footers where I could, and 90-degree miters. The hard part was the boards were cupping or bowing, whatever you want to call it, as you can see at this end right here. And I tried to put that bow or cup facing in, and at the time I put this one up, the other end of it looked fine. Of course, you get them up and then they dry out more. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to build ladders next. It'll come off the end of the truss here, and I'll either go over the outside so this won't show as bad, or I'll maybe shim it underneath and try and pull it up as much as I can, make it look better. I'm really kind of disappointed with the way that came out, but the main thing is 99% of it, in my opinion, come out pretty good. Oh, by this way, this is house update. I'll put it somewhere. Here's the trusses. Now what I did is I scaffolded on each end, and I set the trusses up where they were upside down, so they sort of hung on the inside with the tail on each wall, and then I just sort of rolled them up into place, and the blocking was put in after they were rolled up. I put one block in and then I rolled it up to the next, and so forth and so on. There's a lot of YouTube videos on putting trusses up, but this is like a 14-foot. I believe they were 16 feet from end to end, but they're only like 2 feet high, so it was fairly easy for one guy, and these are pretty much dry, so to put them up by himself, that one guy being me. And like I said, there's a lot of YouTube videos on putting up trusses. The old Ironton saw that you saw in a previous video, I have it covered because we're supposed to be getting some rain, which is always the case when you put up fresh wood. The saw did real well, cut the 90s real nice. The dust bag was surprisingly working well. In fact, when I noticed more dust, I'd look and the bag would actually be full. So these things make weird patterns on the walls. When the sunlight hits them. Anyway, I'm very happy with the way it came out. I got some really nice trusses at a nice price. Now this is a 4 and 12 pitch on these. This is a longer area, and over here those are 3 and 12 pitch, so I will be building a valley up in here between them. And the next thing I'll be doing is building the ladders for the ends. Now there's YouTube videos on building ladders, so I'm pretty much going to be following the same pattern as what you would see on other YouTube videos, but I probably will post something. But the really neat part is the trailer's empty. I can go get more stuff, like after the ladders, it's the plywood. After the plywood, it's the roofing, and I'm thinking about doing metal roofing. So I expect a lot of rain in between then. If I do metal roofing, I'm going to use the underlayment that's synthetic that they recommend for metal roofing. I do have a lot of roofing felt left over from the last house I did, regular 30-pound tar paper, but I really don't want to use it. I want to do something different. And I've never put up a metal roof in my life, so it'll be an experience. Anyway, I've got these little guys right here. They're circling me like sharks. That one and that one. And there's another one out there somewhere. And there's a couple kittens somewhere, which is always the case with cats. I will go ahead and feed these guys in a minute. Oh, there's a kitten right over there. There's one of them. Now there's 4 more somewhere hiding. I wonder if I can zoom in on that one. Yeah, here's a tomcat. Okay, well, that's about it for now. Oh, one other thing. I wanted to film what this looked like from above, and you can only get so much when you stand on a ladder. So I bought a drone, and I'm going to put some drone footage in this video. If I don't crash it, I've already crashed it once trying to learn how to fly it. And it's going to be probably a new hobby of mine. But I bought it to take pictures of the overall construction from the aerial view. And as you can see, there's Joshua Tree there and Joshua Tree through there. So I've got a lot of obstacles here, but anyway, we'll put some drone footage up, and so maybe I'll put it right here. Okay, this is a Hubsan 501S, and I'm lifting off from a cardboard box. I have prop guards on it, which are visible in the top right and left of the picture. I've crashed it a couple times, and these prop guards have saved me more than once. I'm very, very new at this and still very nervous and flying it because I'm so afraid it's just going to disappear, take off and go somewhere where I can't go. Get a little more altitude, see the building better. I actually flew a small airplane when I was 18 years old. I had a student pilot's license. Did a solo flight out of McCarran Airport, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's quite an experience flying a small Cessna 150, but some of the altitude that this drone gets to, I think they got them to where you shouldn't fly over 400 feet, and the reason being is small aircraft are generally not allowed below 500 feet or within 500 feet of a residence. So the small aircraft would be at 500 feet and your drones would be down at 400, so they would supposedly miss each other, but let's hope that still remains the case. Anyway, it's just really nice to see things from the air. The truss work and all. I always wanted to see how well I did at aligning these up. I believe there's 16 of them on this side and 17 on the other side. And I shoot a picture down the center here. kind of a neat geometric pattern all the way down. I'm not sure. That area is too small to fight through. I wouldn't even try it. I'm not good enough to even try that. I suppose I could have tried going down through the top of the roof into the building, but I did something different than that. I just mainly want to get a record of this and my work progress so far, and it is kind of interesting to see the property from a different altitude, and of course the surrounding area as well. As you probably noticed, the ladders are up, and you can see in one fascia board down at the bottom right that I decided to redo that one. I just wasn't happy with the way it turned out. It was just warping too much, so I had some better wood left and I decided to replace that one. Well, I've got to tell you, it was not a lot of fun taking it off. You can see the ladders at the gable ends of the building. They're up. I got them up in the process of waiting before I filmed the video. Mainly waiting for a calm day because I really don't want to. We have some really bad winds here in Arizona. Well, there was a gratuitous selfie shot right there. Oh look, I'm waving. Everybody does that. I don't know why. I'll wave at myself. I did not know how much line of sight I needed to stay in touch with the drone. Like I said, I'm so very new at this, and I don't know how far I can reach out with the controller to control it, and figured I'd walk out to where I could at least see what I was doing instead of looking at the screen, the FPV first person view. Now there's a picture of a Joshua tree, and this here is a wind generator that doesn't really generate. It's more like a yard wind toy, but it's just another obstacle that I was worried about flying into. And then the fascia board that's missing, I recently got that back up, and I really wanted to go over to this end and take a view down just like I did at the other one, but these Joshua trees and everything else in there, and I'm not really gun shy of crashing, but if I was to get it stuck in one of these Joshua trees, you can't really shake the limbs or get it out, and these things have spikes on them that just, oh, we get stuck with one of them, it itch for a week and hurt. So I just didn't want to take a chance. And then at the other end of this there's a tree, so regular mulberry tree. So I decided not to press my luck too much and maybe call it a day on this. At least I got the roofs in a nice aerial shot, so that was a good thing. Decided to get a little altitude here and get a look at the wash that's on the other side of the hill. When we get our monsoon storms, that thing runs like a raging river. As you can see, it looks like a river size anyway. And a shot of the neighbors. And there's the wash again. If I keep going in circles, I can make everybody dizzy. What I'm trying to do here is run out the battery some in the drone, and I call him Dipper. Everybody names him, so I'm going to call him Dipper anyway. There's another shot of the ladders on that the end there, the gable end. And so I'm thinking, what am I going to do here? I'm trying to run these batteries out, or the battery and the drone out. So it dawned on me, maybe I ought to do some little practice flying. And what better way to practice than to, oh yes, go through the window. I was kind of curious to see what kind of reception I could get when it goes behind a block wall, and I get to find out here in a minute. And so you go in the window, might as well try and go out the door. But I'm still trying to figure it out. There's the opening. Now just get back over and line it up, and this goes straight. The prop wash is blowing pieces of small wood chips and sawdust across the floor. You catch something moving every once in a while. The door's to the left. Just go right through there. You can do it. You can go. Come on, left to the door. Who's that guy sitting over there on that Honda Element? Oh yeah, me again. Up, boink. Oh, bird got that wall. And let's see if we can try it again. That was a case in point for prop guards. Here we go. Yep, touched it again. Had I not had the prop guards on there, I probably would have been replacing propellers. So those training wheels, as I like to refer to them, yes, I made it through, are very, very nice to have. Okay, I need to do a yard cleanup, but I'm too busy building a house right now. Ah, cats, I see cats. Okay, I just couldn't resist. I had to do this. I wanted to see if they were afraid of this, and I wanted to see if I could actually maneuver enough and low altitude to go through here. So here we go. Boo. Oh yeah. Cat attack. All right. And that's about it. Battery gets low and I end up landing, and I don't quite land on top of the box, but I get close and do a little practice of that. So that's the end of the drone footage. I hope you liked it and I didn't bore you too much. So this is Steve AZ711 saying, I hope all your truss work goes just as smooth as mine was, and I'll tell you, if you build a smaller house, the trusses are smaller and less expensive and easier to handle by one person. So until my next video, don't forget to subscribe, rate, comment, And I'll be getting back on my truck work here soon. Old red 1977 F-250 is needing a water pump. I'm just crippling it along right now. Anyway, this is Steve AZ 711 saying bye for now. Oh, before I forget, the way I held this fascia board up, and this is not one of my better joints right there. Anyway, is I made two of these, and this end here, see, that's the tail end of the truss. I just clamped onto it with a small clamp, and one at the other end, of course, and I laid the board up in there so I didn't need a helper to hold the other end, though it would have been nice to have somebody else hold the other end, because I was up and down the ladder a lot. Anyway, had to remember to show you that before I forgot.